Hey friends, we're going to kick off the cleaning motivation in my bedroom today. I really wanted to tackle the bedroom and I wanted to tackle a small space that would be really easy to start with because I had some really big messes coming up. Whenever life gets a little bit hectic or stressful, or there's a holiday and we're just in and outside, maybe doing yard work, I tend to neglect the upper floor of my house. And today, this video is about kind of taking the upper floor back. You're going to see here in just a little bit, but we do have quite a few really large messes. The playroom and then kind of an extra bedroom where we created a cardboard fort, as well as my boys' bedroom. Every single room, I kind of just let it go. Normally, I set timers and do family pickup time, and my kids do a really good job. However, with it being Easter weekend and then just in and out of the house, they've been playing with the neighbors, and I just kind of have been enjoying the sunshine. We also have been trying to get as much yard work done as possible because we live in the Pacific Northwest and sometimes we get just really nice weather for only a month and then all of a sudden it's rain for a straight month. So my husband and I have been really trying to focus on our yards and get some fresh beauty bark in, nicely edge everything, and then we're also trying to get just fresh rock and buy some plants because it's planting season and we don't want to miss planting season this year. Another dream of ours is to create some raised beds in our backyard and start a garden this year, and that's kind of time sensitive as well. And then I'm not sure if we're going to get to it or not, but one of our fence posts is kind of sliding down this little hill, and so our fence is a little bit bowed, so that kind of has to be straightened out and cemented in. And then our fence really needs to be stained this year. That's not really time sensitive, so I'm really hoping to get to that. But like I said, there's just so many things kind of on our to-do list, and they're all outdoors right now, which means that the inside of my house definitely just gets put on the back burner. So here I'm just heading straight into vacuuming. We made the bed and just kind of tidied up. Sometimes I just kind of throw old pajamas on the ground, and once in a while the kids will have like a random toy in here, maybe some earrings and a hair tie. But this room really just needs to be dusted, wiped down every once in a while and vacuumed. It doesn't usually get a whole lot of traffic. We might come through this little hallway area to get to our master bathroom, but the bedroom itself really only gets used to sleep in at night. This bedroom is the furthest room away from our main living space, and so we find that we just never enter it throughout the day. We basically wake up, get ready for the day. We might come in the bathroom again, but usually we'll head downstairs and then never think about this room again. In our old house, our master bedroom was actually on the main floor, and it was right off of the kitchen. And so we actually went in our master bedroom all the time. I don't know why that is, but we were in there all the time. I would even relax on my bed throughout the day. Now that we're in this house, it's just so much further away from our living spaces that this room is truly just to sleep at night. It's also why it's so much harder to do any projects in this room because guests never see this room and we don't even use this room except to sleep. I would love to add some more personality someday though. That's kind of a dream of mine, to really darken the space. I love bright white walls. I think it's very nice and goes with any furniture, any decor. However, in my bedroom, I would like something a little bit darker just because it's hard to sleep when everything around you is so bright. Now we just finished cleaning off some windows in the bedroom, and now we're going to go ahead and go straight into the master closet since I had the vacuum out anyways. And I have been slowly trying to change out my hangers so that they all match, but also just get rid of the velvet hangers. I kind of bought into the whole velvet hanger concept. Everybody raved about them. Everybody seems to use them, and I can't stand the feeling of them. And then also the velvet kind of wears out and kind of gets all over the place. I don't know if I have cheap ones, but I really don't love them. I do think that they really do save space if you have a lot of clothes, and then they also keep your clothes from falling off. But I just don't know that that's worth it to me me, so I'm kind of switching back to just regular cheap white hangers, and it might not look the classiest, but they'll at least all match, and I will like hanging up my clothes again. I won't hate the feeling of holding a hanger in my hand. So now we're just going to go ahead and vacuum this room. I took care of some of that velvet dust because that dust from the velvet hangers was all over the place. So I just took care of that real quick. And now we're going to go ahead and vacuum this room. I just always vacuum our master closet whenever I vacuum our bedroom. Since I was in there, I noticed that our laundry hamper was full, so I'm going to go ahead and start a load of laundry. Our washing machine is still being finicky. If you've been around for a few weeks, we've had it kind of go, it works for a little while, we replace a part, and then it kind of goes bad again. I'm not sure what's going on this time. In this video, I ran a few loads and it did great, and then at the very end of the day, it flipped the breaker again. So I'm not sure what we have to do next. We've already replaced so many parts. I think we're nearing the point where we kind of give up on repairing it ourselves, which is kind of unfortunate because you spend all that time and money and research on trying to fix it only to buy a new one. Now that I built up some momentum, I'm going to tackle this master bathroom. I'd been putting this off for a little while and it really needed a good scrub down. So I'm going to go ahead and start by clearing off the surfaces since that's a pretty easy thing to do. And then I'm going to go ahead and just run a duster around this little area over here. This area is always covered in a layer of dust, so I have to do this every week. While I'm cleaning the bathroom, I am determined to tackle the upper drawer in our vanity. I've tackled some cabinets recently. However, the upper drawer has been bothering me. Every time I go to brush my teeth, I notice how dirty and grimy it is. I'm going to show you a close-up of one of the containers, but every single container just was coated in just dust and just gross grime. So we're going to go ahead and take every container out of this drawer, and I sometimes will take the dirtiest drawer and just wipe it out with a Clorox wipe once in a while, but today I just decided it needed a full-on refresh. And since a lot of the containers were empty and needed to be restocked, I thought this was a perfect opportunity to do that. As you can see, you can kind of see how shiny the bottom of this drawer is. Even though there's containers, a lot of stuff just kind of drips in between them, and it was really dusty. You feel my fire. Here I just laid out a couple of clean, fresh towels, and I'm going to use one of them to dump the contents of these containers onto so that I can reuse them and they don't get dirty. And then I'm going to use the other to put all of these to dry. I'm just going to let them kind of air dry while I clean the rest of the bathroom and the upper floor. That way I don't have to just individually wipe them down. I figured that just makes the most sense. So I'm just going to dump the contents out and then spray them down with Dawn Power Wash and then give them a scrub with this little spinning toothbrush thing. I really love this thing. It's the OXO brand. I got mine at Costco, but you can also get them on Amazon. And I really love this cleaning tool. It's one of my go-to cleaning tools for most deep cleaning tasks. While I'm here, I am scraping off all of the museum gel on the bottom of these containers. I really love museum gel. It keeps all of the organizers in place so that they don't slide around. I need to put some fresh museum gel in these drawers though. I also used way too much. I didn't realize how amazing this museum gel is, and all you need is the tiniest little dot on the middle of your container, and that is plenty to keep your containers in place.
But no, I don't know how to stop, but I've been feeling like you're pretty easy to like when your body is closer to mine. You got me feeling like there's no one other than you who can make me lose my mind. You start me up like no one has ever could. You fuel my fire. What are the odds we end up loving this? Spending every minute together. I found it quite odd, quite lovely. You start me up like no one has ever could. You fuel my fire, fire, fire. 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 You fuel my fire. Let's keep this fire alive. Let's keep this fire alive. You start me up like no one has ever could. You fuel my fire. What are the odds we end up loving this? Spending every minute together. I found it quite odd, quite lovely. You start me up like no one has ever could. You fuel my fire, fire. Let's keep this fire alive. Fire. Let's keep this fire alive. Fire, fire. Fire, fire.
This is definitely a bit of a time-consuming project, but I'm so happy that it's done. I can now brush my teeth every morning without opening the drawer and going, oh my gosh, that's disgusting. I really need to clean that. It's just a much better start to my day. I hope you guys all had a wonderful Easter weekend. If you did anything fun or special, let me know in the comments. It's really nice to hear about your guys' experiences, and it makes me feel like I'm chatting with somebody instead of just kind of talking to the air. So I really appreciate everyone who has talked to me in the comments section and let me get to know them a little bit. It really does make these voiceovers just a little bit easier for me to do every week. After I'm done cleaning out all of these drawer organizers, I'm going to go ahead and take care of the toilet area, get that taken care of, and then we're going to move on to some other areas of the upper floor while these dry.
I'm not gonna play hard to get through. I'm not gonna say I'm loving you too. I'm not gonna stay
taking some time to wipe down the trash can, and then I also decided to wipe down the toilet brush holder. I don't do this every time I clean a bathroom, but I just thought these extra tasks were worth it this week. And then our toilet paper was empty, and instead of filling up the little wire basket we keep on top of the toilet, we just kind of brought the toilet paper into the bathroom, and then it's just been sitting on the floor. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of that as well. Now that we finished up this area, the drawer organizers were still wet, and so we're going to go ahead and jump straight into the playroom. We had a really fun Easter weekend. It started out with my boys waking up in the morning and then running downstairs, and they ran around and collected Easter eggs and then started looking for their Easter baskets. And it took them a while, but they eventually found their Easter baskets, and then we ate breakfast. My husband came home from work. He's a first responder. He's a firefighter, and so he worked through the night. And so he came home and got to see the kids open their Easter baskets. And then we kind of ate breakfast, got ready. We went to church, and they had a really fun Easter egg hunt there as well. And then after church, we came home, hung out with our puppy, and then we took off and hung out at my grandma's house. A lot of my family was at my grandma's house, so I got to see lots of family members, lots of cousins and their kids, see all the kids run around and do another Easter egg hunt there. So my kids did 3 Easter egg hunts, and they had a ton of fun that day. Of course, they were exhausted and crashed when we got home. My grandma is definitely a Pinterest grandma, and she has the most beautiful decor on her front door every single holiday. I always look forward to going over there, and whenever we pull up, my kids get so excited. Luke, my youngest, actually was like, "Wow, Mom, why can't we do that in our house?" And I had to tell him, I'm like, "Your mom's not quite that crafty, bud." But it is always so much fun to go over there and see so many family members. After all of the Easter egg hunts, my kids decided to have their own Easter egg hunt. That's why all of these eggs are upstairs. And they ended up filling them with a bunch of Uno cards and kind of hiding them all over the upper floor of our house. And then they ended up taking turns finding them. So one of them would pretend to be an Easter bunny and hide the eggs, and then the other one would have to go around and find them. That's why they were all upstairs. Now it's time to clean up, and I decided to go through all of the eggs and get rid of some of the cheap ones that we've had for a long time. There's really cheap dollar store eggs that we've had for quite a few years, and they keep cracking and breaking, and it was so hard for me to fill them and close them. And then on our Easter egg hunts, we brought home a bunch of other eggs that were a lot sturdier, and so I'm actually just going to save about half of these eggs, and then the ones that are easily cracking, we just decided to toss those. So I took care of that, and then we're going to go ahead and vacuum this room. Because they were home for spring break, and then I vacuumed a little bit during spring break, and then they were home for Easter, we just haven't been keeping up with the cleaning that we normally do. So I'm going to go ahead and move some furniture and just do a really good job in here. It's been a little while since I've moved furniture in the playroom, so I'm just going to move these little toy baskets here, vacuum underneath, and then I'm also going to move that little love sack beanbag chair. I love that thing. It's so much fun to sit on, but it does need to be washed. I need to do that soon. Once my washing machine is fixed, I'm going to deep clean everything in our house. I wanted to take apart our couch, wash all the cushions, wash this little love sack beanbag protector. I've just got so many things that I haven't been able to wash in my house because I can barely keep up on laundry. It's really hard to take breaks.
It doesn't matter what you're gonna say. I just need time right now. I'm going alone tonight. I don't need nobody else but me. But I'm thinking of the way you move, the way you make me grounded. Thinking of the way you used to hold me like a stone in the water, sinking down, down, down. I'm still falling for you. Forget what I said, just come on over. Oh, forget what I said, just come on over.
that stuff at the top of the stairs is what we're getting rid of. So they're either being decluttered or it's just straight up trash, and it always feels so good to empty your home. And even if it is just taking out the trash, it always just feels so good to be just getting rid of things. I don't know why that's so satisfying as a mom or just anybody, but you just feel so much lighter when you start emptying out your house a little bit. Now I'm just going to finish up vacuuming this hallway area, and then we're actually going to be heading into our spare bedroom. Our spare bedroom is completely empty. We really don't have anything in it. And so over spring break, we actually had patio furniture delivered from Costco. We'd been saving up money for a little while, and we were hoping to buy a nice quality set. And so we got ourselves some patio furniture. I'm hoping to show you guys that soon. I'm in love with it. But they came in a lot of big boxes, and my kids saw the big boxes and it was like Christmas all over again. So this is our fort. My husband and I went upstairs with the kids during spring break, and we spent some time duct taping and making this. So you enter into that little door right where I'm kneeling, and then it's like a little tunnel, and you enter into the large box, and there's actually 2 different rooms in that box. We divided it so that each one of them have their own room, and they could put stickers and color and decorate it however they'd like. And they actually ended up sleeping in this fort for 3 nights during spring break, and they had just the best time. I actually ended up giving them some glow sticks, and so they just had the time of their lives. They kind of threw themselves their own little party with all of their stuffed animals. I did decide though this room was looking pretty bad, so I am going to go ahead and take all of the excess boxes that we ended up not using for the fort, and I'm going to take those down to the garage and break them apart. And then there was some trash building up, so I'm also going to be taking care of that, and then just giving this room a bit of a vacuum. Since we don't really use this bedroom, it really doesn't bother me at all that all of this cardboard is in here, and I'm really happy that my kids have the opportunity to have a fort like this in our house.
What you gonna say? I just need time right now. I'm going alone tonight. I don't need nobody else but me. But I'm thinking about the way the way you make me grounded. Thinking of the way the way you used to hold me. When it's all in the world singing down, down, down. I'm still falling for you. Forget what I said, just come on over. Oh, forget what I said, just come on over. Oh, forget what I said, just come on over. I was at the wrong place at the right time, 'cause suddenly there you were with those bright blue eyes. We were conversing under the night sky when you took my hand, said let's leave.
All right, now we're entering into my boys' bedroom, and we're just going to do a quick reset in here. I did some deep cleaning in this room last week, and so it didn't really need much. I am just going to kind of tidy up some things, put some things away, and then give this room a vacuum and call it good. I did want to fold some laundry, and I always like to fold their laundry after their flooring is vacuumed. It just makes me feel a little bit better. While I was in here, I did decide to take their plastic slide that's been in here ever since they were toddlers. They've had their plastic red and blue slide since they were little toddlers. They were like 1 year old when I got it for them 1 year on Christmas. And this thing has been used. We have definitely got our money's worth out of it. I love this slide so much, and it's going to be a little bit hard to part ways with it, but my oldest son said that they really don't use it, and he finally decided that it was taking up too much room in his bedroom. So I decided I'm just going to move the slide into the garage and see if my youngest son misses it, because my oldest son already said he didn't mind if I got rid of it. So I'm just moving this. I'm going to take it downstairs into the garage and just kind of set it in a corner and see if anyone notices that it's gone. I think that it's time. I almost never see my kids on that slide anymore. Usually if anyone's going to use it, they're going to use it in kind of a dangerous way anyways. Since they've kind of outgrown it, they use it mostly to kind of jump off of, and it's probably just safer to declutter the slide now that my kids are older.
Don't wanna be shy. be shy. I will let my guard down. I wanna love out.
All right, it's been a little while, but we are officially back in the master bathroom, and I really want to just finish this up. It was actually nearing the time that I had to leave to go get my kids from school, so I was in a bit of a rush at this point, but I knew I wanted to get this done. This was that one thing that I said I was going to finish, and of course I had to save it till the last moment. The containers were almost all the way dry. There's still a little bit of water on them, but it wasn't too bad, and I just made sure to dry off the bottoms really well. So now I'm just going to put everything I was sure that I was keeping back in the drawers. I did toss some things that were looking a little bit rough, but a lot of this stuff are staples that we use every single day, so there wasn't a ton to get rid of. I did need to restock quite a few items. We were really out of pretty much everything, so that's what I'm doing here.
Talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder. I wanna love out loud. Talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder. Love a little louder. Love a little louder. We went to a small bar with neon lights. Talked about everything that was on our mind. Talking to you gave me butterflies. Then you took my hand, said let's leave now. Don't wanna be shy. I will let my guard down.
Now I'm just going to go ahead and wipe everything down. I'm moving as fast as possible because, like I said, my alarm was going to go off to go get the kids. So I was just trying to get this all done because I really wanted to hang out outside with my kids. It's so beautiful, and the best time of the day to hang out is right when they get home from school, because if we wait, then it gets a little bit chilly. So I wanted to pick them up, have a snack, and then head outside. So I was rushing and ended up spilling the hand soap all over the place. That's kind of what you get for rushing. I did Clorox wipe everything except for the sinks. The sinks really needed to be scrubbed out, so I just sprayed some Dawn Power Wash, and I'm going to go ahead and scrub these down with a sponge. Now we're going to go ahead and take out the trash in the bathroom. I wanted to make sure all of the trashes were taken out just because it is actually trash and recycling day for me on this day that I was filming, and so I had to do this chore anyways before the night was over, so I might as well just take care of it. I was definitely checking my phone to make sure that I wasn't missing the alarm. Sometimes it goes off while I'm filming and I don't notice it, so that's always scary to me. So I am just double checking that I still have time between every single task, and I have to say I did rush a little bit my cleaning jobs, but I did get everything done that I wanted to, except for the shower. I did not actually clean my shower on the day that I was filming. That was one of my goals as well. The bathroom drawer and the shower were the things that I really wanted to tackle, but you know what? I got a lot done and I am happy with that. I am still very surprised at how perfectly the timing worked out for cleaning the bathroom, because I finished vacuuming and mopping and then my timer went off, so I couldn't have planned that any better.
Don't wanna be shy. I will let my guard down. I wanna laugh out loud. Talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder. I wanna laugh out loud.
So I ended up going to get my kids, and then I came home and they were hungry, so hungry. They were asking for a snack right when they came home. So before we went outside, I gave them a snack and they're sitting at the dining room table. And I thought while they're eating that, I would just go ahead and vacuum the laundry room and then put the vacuum away, since I always forget to do that when I'm done vacuuming. And then they were still not quite finished, so I thought I might as well just squeeze in one last load of laundry. So I'm going to go ahead and change over the laundry and then take all of the kids' laundry that was in the dryer, and we're going to go ahead and fold and put that away together. Does anyone else smell their laundry every single time it gets washed to check if the washing machine did a good job? I have always done that. I don't know why. I will wash clothes my whole entire life, and every single time I wash them, I will take a sniff of the clothes before I throw them in the dryer. I have zero clue why I do that, but I do.
I'm driving, you're smiling, just really doing nothing. That's the thing I like about you. On the highway, it's our way, Route 66, and we keep on driving. We just do what we wanna do. Yeah, no, nothing's complicated.
Now we're in my boys' bedroom. We're just going to go ahead and put their laundry away. Thank you so much for joining me this week and getting some cleaning motivation alongside me. I appreciate every single one of you, and I hope you have just the best week. You guys really are my motivation to get things done around my own home. A lot of times when I'm feeling like I don't want to do something or putting things off until the last minute, I remember that I have to get this video out and that my whole entire job is to try to motivate you guys and build a community here. So thank you guys for being my motivation to get my everyday mom chores done throughout the week, because it is really helpful to kind of have that little nudge to keep going. After I'm done putting all of these clothes away, I am going to just vacuum the stairs, and then that'll be it for today's video. Thank you again for watching, and hopefully next week I can do an outdoor/indoor motivation video and show you guys the new patio furniture, because I am so excited for that.